Egypt, noisy, busy, covered in litter, people trying to rip you off, people trying to sell you things you don't even want. So why bother, right? You know, you could just go somewhere else. Well, actually, if you're travelling the world, you kind of have to see the pyramids. It's a bit of a thing. And also, you can't avoid every country that doesn't have a Western atmosphere. Like, the whole point of travelling is to stretch yourself, and that's what it does. You know, you have a great time because you challenge yourself in ways that you haven't done before. So, in which ways did I grow as a person from being in Egypt? To be fair, some of it I already had from being in Morocco, but I got very good at haggling. I talked down some people to some very low prices for things. I find the best thing to do is just to laugh at the first price you get given, regardless of how good it is. I also managed to cross the road in the complete bedlam of Cairo, and the roads there are ridiculous. You literally have maybe 4 lanes of traffic, and then someone will see a space and all of a sudden you've got 5 lanes of traffic, and people just walk into the road blindly. So that's what I did, threw caution to the wind and straight out, and pretty ace at it now. And also just genuinely like making sure that I wasn't getting ripped off and looking after my stuff. Like, people say you've got to look after things. Of course you do. That's your stuff. You've got to look after it. You shouldn't leave the house if you can't look after your own belongings. So I did a ton of stuff while I was here, and if I told you all about it in detail, this video would never end, and it probably already feels a little endless to you already. So I'm just going to break it down to Cairo, Luxor and Aswan.
Cairo Museum, you've got to see it. It's got stuff from all over Egypt in it. It's absolutely amazing. I had to go twice because the first time I got so lost in everything that I forgot to see the burial mask and sarcophagi of Tutankhamun, and which is like going to the Louvre and not seeing the Mona Lisa. So I had to go back. The second time I did, I brought my sketch pad along with me and took a few drawings. I would have liked to do more, but I got super hungry, so I had to leave.
I also enjoyed learning about mummies. It's amazing actually the amount of skill that was used. You can still see the people's faces, you can still see their hair, and they've got a crocodile mummy there which is twice the size of me. It's absolutely huge.
So I went on a trip to Giza to see the pyramids. Like, you've got to see the pyramids in Egypt, and you know, they're okay, they're cool. Like, there are other parts of my trip that I preferred, but it is quite impressive. I took a horse ride round, which was a bit of a rip-off, but I was really tired, so I couldn't bother to argue with them. And you know, I got to climb up the pyramids and got to go down inside one, so that was pretty cool. And that was across Giza, Sakkara and Memphis. Aswan, this is the high dam which I visited first thing in the morning. Loads of military personnel around there, and it wasn't something I thought I was going to do, but actually really interesting. So, you know, worth checking out. There's more details on the blog. What you're seeing now is the Temple of Philae, which is absolutely amazing and has actually been moved from its original island since the building of the high dam. You can see it's really big, there's great hieroglyphs on it, and you know, learning all about it and the dedication to Osiris and Isis was absolutely fascinating. Abu Simbel, you know, just kept getting better and better. This place has amazing features. The statues here you can see are absolutely phenomenal, and you know, bringing more about how well these people actually constructed their temples. Looking at the hieroglyphs as well inside, but you can't take photos sadly, was absolutely amazing. I also took a felucca trip down the Nile, which got mysteriously cut short after I wasn't interested in all the stuff they were trying to sell me on the boats. Karnak and Luxor. Things just kept getting better. Karnak, you can see here, the scale is even bigger than Abu Simbel, and just breathtaking in the amount of detail in the hieroglyphs there. Luxor is actually the one that's completed, and that one has 5 different influences, and there's more about that on my blog as well. So I decided to do an extra trip on a balloon, and oh my god, absolutely amazing. Just soaring above everything like that gives you a really good view of the Valley of the Kings and everything else, and it makes you appreciate it more when you're down on the ground, I think. I would say that, you know, if you're in Egypt, you get the chance, yeah, absolutely do this, because it's just mind-blowing, and yeah, totally another thing ticked off the bucket list for me. So later in the day I went onto the ground to see the Valley of the Kings, where you can't take any photos, but it's absolutely amazing. I saw 3 of the tombs, and they were just fascinating in terms of how the hieroglyphs have survived, and also the detail of the carvings. Absolutely beautiful. We also went to Hatshepsut's temple, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but that was also fascinating, and again, you know, the level of detail was fantastic.
So that was my adventure in Egypt, and I've got to say I really enjoyed it. Now, a lot of people have been saying to me here in Egypt to tell everyone that it's not an unsafe country and that people should come back, because following the revolution there have been so few tourists. And I would say, yeah, definitely come, definitely see it. It's not dangerous at the moment. Everything seems to be quite stable, and you can really get up close and see things before all the tourists come flooding back in. So give it a go, and thanks for watching the video. Subscribe, comment, etc, etc, please, and thank you. Bye. Ooh, mummies.